Miniver, Cheevy, child of scorn, grew lean while he was assailed the seasons, who up that he was ever born, and he had reasons. Miniver loved the days of old, when swords were bright and steeds were prancing, the visions of a warrior bold would set him dancing. Miniver sighted for what was not, and dreamed and rested from his labors. He dreamed of Phoebus and Camelot, and Priam's neighbors. Miniver mourned the ripe Riound, that was so many a name so fragrant. He mourned romance, and now on the town, and art abagnant. Miniver loved the Missechi, Albert, and he had never seen one. He would have sinned instantaneously could he have ever been one. Miniver cursed the commonplace, and eyed a khaki suit with loathing. He missed the medieval grace of iron clothing. Miniver scorned the gold he sought, but sore annoyed he was without it. Miniver thought and thought and thought, and thought about it. Miniver Cheevy, born too late, scratched his head and kept on thinking. Miniver coughed and called it fate, and kept on drinking. In this poem, whenever I was reading it, it was slow and kind of sad. But when I got to the end, I realized why. He wanted to live in the days of old that he could not live in. Throughout this poem, there is a rhyme to it. The first and the third line rhyme, and the second and the fourth line rhyme throughout the entire poem. At first, I did not know what to expect reading this poem, but at the end, it made sense that since he was not able to live in the times he wanted, he would cope with it in his own way. The theme they created in this was slow and kind of sad by the commas in place, where when you were reading it, it had a lot of pauses in it, so you had to read it slowly. But all in all, this poem was very deep, and even though I didn't get it at first, at the end I understood it, and it was kind of depressing. But those are my thoughts on that poem.